Hey, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark. How are you doing? So, this is gonna be... Right, not now. Right? Not now. So I said that the next episode we're going to start and we're going to go straight into the dig, and we definitely are going to do that. And I did say that there's going to be work done to the dig by the time we start the next episode. This isn't technically the start. This is actually 3 hours after I've put up episode 15. And it's already at over 100 views, which is kind of mad. But what's even crazier is the fact that episode 14 was in the YouTube recommended. And I had a lot of people mentioning to me that they were getting my videos in their recommended section. And it's banged views. It's kind of mad. It's currently sitting at over 2,000 views. So, I don't know what to say. Thank you. This is an intro, but it's mainly just me currently being like, oh, wow. So now I'm actually going to go do the stuff that I said I'm going to do, and then we'll start the episode. Sound good? Sounds great. So, I've made a pretty big mistake. And, I'm not annoyed, but it's just going to take way longer than I thought it would. There's no easy way to take up the ceiling one when you're at the very bottom. So what I've been doing, as you can see here, we have kind of like a minefield of just cobblestone. And then you jump on it, and you look up, and then you just take out what you can. And it's going to take so long. I'm actually kind of glad. I just filmed that section, the intro, saying thank you and all that kind of jazz as everything's going on. I was like, oh, I'm just going to jump down to see how hard of a task it is. And it's really, really annoying. So I'm going to do that now instead of doing that tomorrow morning when I would usually be recording. So I've kind of done myself a favor, but have now just ruined my night from celebrating. You win some, you lose some. Definitely thought I'd finished. I'm all happy, I'm getting ready to just finish. And then it's come to my attention that once again, I'm being an idiot. Because this here is actually where the roof continues. So if this was part of the roof, and we want it to carry out this way, I'm gonna have to dig up another layer, am I? Otherwise, it'll look like this, and then it'll come down one, which wouldn't be the end of the world. But I was thinking I'm gonna take away the dirt there, and then we're just gonna have the void effect looking up, because that might look cool. I don't know that for certain, so I think now I'm gonna take away the mud, and we're gonna see if that's what we want to do. No idea why I chose that camera angle, but here we are. Okay, so it was kind of funky. These obviously will be getting replaced with actual glass. I've just not got it on me right now. Again, from below, I think looking up, that would look really cool. And wandering around, it looks different. If we don't like it, we do have these gaps, like there, that we can do something with. So that does mean that then this has to come up one, which honestly I'm not thrilled about because I've only just finished. I can't work out a quick way to do it. I really can't. As you can see, I was putting down the 1 blocks, hopping up, clearing out a little area, jumping down, putting another block. That was the quickest way I could think of just off the top of my head, because if it takes me an hour to think of a good idea, then I could have been using that hour to dig out. I think that makes sense. I'm just not okay with how this has happened. I might fill these in just with the colors, or try and find a way to have a pattern in there. Just again, so we have some kind of continuity to have the corners. This room is huge. It's going to look so class. I don't know how I'm going to separate it. I don't think I'll have it as one big room. I mean, I definitely might, but what we could do is obviously have like a big separator up the middle, and then have 1 down and 1 up elevators, and then they would go to different sections. I don't know what we would have in each section, mind, but you know, that could be a cool idea. It's tough having all these ideas and then not knowing how to apply them. We'll get there sometime. Hi. The roof's all done. I've taken it all up one. Obviously this now hangs out because this is where the roof is going to go. That'll all be flat. Then we might do something kind of design here so it steps up, obviously, into the glass. Something like that. I don't know. We'll work something out. Maybe that guy will give me some ideas. Like, I know I shouldn't be surprised, but surely this is now stalking. How did you even get down here? So here's a little update on what I've been doing. Now on all 4 sides, we have it dug all the way down, kind of like in a trench, just so I could get some kind of feel for actually how big this room's going to be. It goes down 8, but something tells me it only needs to go down 7, because with the way that the mirrored works, above the floor needs to be 8, but below it needs to be 7, because it actually starts on the floor. It's kind of confusing to explain, but it makes sense, I think. Basically, I figured I would just give you some little updates on what I've been doing, mainly because if I keep doing these really big projects and I just dig out huge areas, it takes me like 72 days, and then I don't record anything, and usually don't get an episode, so here we are. Now I'm going to go smelt some glass. I still want to put some patterns in on all 4 corners, but we'll work that out when we get there. I don't want anything stupidly fancy, just some more color. Then we'll work out what we... Oh no. Just as I've said that, I've just had an actual epiphany, and this is going to be nutty. This is going to be mad. I need to try and recreate this on the mirrored floor. I didn't even think about that. Am I going to need to go down 21 layers? The easiest way to do it is we'll just go down as far as we need to make it look good. I didn't even think about that. That's going to have to be mirrored. That's going to look really, really cool on the floor, or it might look terrible because it might just be too much. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm glad I remembered about that. Hi. How did you even get up here? I've not got a mob farm, so we're out here fishing. Well, that's That's unfortunate, isn't it? I definitely thought 16 would be enough. Guess I'm going back. Yee-haw. Class, let's get back to it. So I'm thinking to myself that this currently doesn't look right. And obviously I know it's not right. It just isn't. It's just not anywhere near done. It's not even like 0.1% of the way done. But I'm meaning like the color palette. But I'm thinking it's just because the rest of the room isn't anywhere near the right color. I think once everything is sandy and sandstony, then it'll be the right color. I could definitely be wrong about that. But I think once everything starts to take shape, that's when it'll look good. I think building it and getting up to that point is going to be rough. It's going to be hard to picture. We're not going to really know where it's going until it actually starts to take some kind of shape. Then I think it's going to look good. So you're going to have to bear with me for a while because I think the design's probably going to change quite a bit. Look, I'm walking forward. I'm about to walk into the wall. No matter where I am, I will always find the wall to walk into. I'm going to put the roof in, then we're going to see what it looks like, and possibly, I've got all the glass on me. I'm thinking that I might do one section of it so we can have an idea of what it's going to look like. That might be stupid because it might just be terrible and we might rip it up, but I think that might be the way to go. I don't know what you're about to see. I don't know what we're going to cut to. I don't know what I'm going to go do, but you know, I hope you like it. Why did I say it like that? I can hear it in my head. I sound like a Looney Tune character. Alright, now that that square's in, obviously it's now looking a little bit plain, but that is just because, well, we've not added any kind of detail into it, have we? This probably isn't going to be, I do say probably, because knowing me, I'm going to say something and it's just not going to get done, is it? Ooh, hi. So that's the way that the roof is. Obviously, then it's going to be on the floor. We're going to have the glass there. It's going to look class. I don't think I'm going to add any kind of detail into it now. Also, this little bit here, again, not really sure about the math, but it's maybe about halfway, give or take-ish. I don't think it's anywhere near halfway. Anyway, that took a lot, like 10 stacks or something, which is kind of ludicrous when you know that the floor then needs 10 stacks, and that's not even the whole roof, or the walls, or any of the detailing. Kind of terrifying. I'm probably going to need some help to farm this, but that's another problem for another time. That's Future Mark's problem. He can deal with it. For now, I need to decide what I'm actually going to do next. I am thinking we dig all the way down, we put in a stretch of the floor, we put in a bit of the glass, and we just see what it looks like. But then again, that might be pointless because if we don't do it all, it's not going to look as good. Then we have to worry about the lighting, the detailing, just to make that one bit look good. I don't think that makes sense. But then does it make sense to just dig out to this whole thing and just have a huge hole with the elevators just there and then we just fall into the hole? I don't know if that makes sense either. I really need a plan, or I need someone to help me make a plan. I can just execute it because I should not be left in charge of these kind of things. I think I'm going to dig out the whole floor. So again, let's just, cards on the table. I can just dig out the whole floor. That will take a lot of time, and it's already taken me a lot to do the trenches, the roof. It's a pretty big job that I'm not entirely sure how to get done. 1, time efficiently, and 2, with keeping things entertaining in the episode. That's my issue. Let me work on it. And work on it I did. It's now 3 hours later. And we don't have a basement. And that's what I'm talking about. That took me 3 hours. And did I record anything in it? No, because it was just me digging out stone. We are now ready to work, but it's now 10 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? This project's pretty big. I also definitely didn't think about it. I am now stuck down here, and I haven't lit it up. So I'm not really sure if the clip was worth it, to be honest, if I die down here. I've had better ideas. Hopefully everything down here is lit up enough, because I'm definitely stuck down here now. Probably should have thought that before I jumped down for a dramatic reveal. Anyway, so we are now ready to start building in, because I've dug it down enough where, like I was trying to describe earlier, I think I've got it right, but I might not. I very easily might not have, because it is kind of hard to explain. So say the walkway comes out from there, and wherever it hits the wall, it'll be 8 above it and 8 below it. The wall's only going to be 7 high because anything you build to have it mirrored joins in on the bottom. So if we build a pillar, you don't leave the one gap. Believe it or not, that was the 3rd time trying to explain it, and it still didn't work. So we're going to jump into creative, and I'm just going to show you what I mean. Sound good? I think the concept I'm trying to explain is easy. I just don't know how to word it. So this wall, obviously, is 4 high. And when you look at it in the mirror, it looks like it's 4 high. But in actuality, it's only 3 high. Because the block that's in the wall, that is level with the floor, is counted as block 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas up there, it's actually 4 blocks high. And everything joins in on the underneath. I think that makes sense. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. And I hope it made sense. I can't believe I made it in the doorway that easily. But yeah, so it'll look like that. And that's what we want there. So the wall above the walkway is going to be 8 high, and then below it is going to be 7, but it's going to look like it's 8. Honestly, it was probably easy to explain that way. So let's go back. A couple things that just came into my head a second ago that we need to discuss. First, I'm going to eat, and I'm not going to talk over it. First thing, you'll notice the beacon is down here. I was having trouble with it being up top. I think the range was not working right. It kept timing out the closer I got to the edge. It would reach here, and it would time out. But I don't think that should happen. I could definitely be wrong, but anyway. But also, remember how we were saying that we wanted the beacon down here? How are we going to do that if we have to mirror the floor? So, I don't think I'm being an idiot. That very well might be. What we could do is have a tier 1 beacon hidden in the pillar there. We'd still get the speed buff, but we wouldn't actually see the beam of light, which, realistically, who cares? You know what I mean? As far as I'm aware, the beacon still would shoot down, so we'd still get the speed buff. I could be wrong. I'm thinking on my feet here. Please feel free to correct me. So obviously the floor is coming straight out from here, going that way. Anywhere we put the beacon in the middle here has to be projected down the way as well. I just don't think that's going to work. I could be wrong, and I could be just not thinking about it right. I think we're going to have to hide a tier 1 beacon in the tunnel. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So I'm not 100% where we go from this point now. I know I said that earlier, and then I came back and we had no floor. So I'm hoping that happens again. That's another hour gone. Everywhere around here is now glassed over. So the floor is now in. What I keep forgetting, I'm digging out the shape of the room. Technically, all these walls still need to come down and then be replaced with sandstone, because obviously this is not what they're going to look like. All these walls need to go. Luckily, we don't need to do that for the floor or the ceiling, but the walls are pretty big. That's a pretty hefty task that I'm not looking forward to doing. I think I'm going to call it a night and I'm going to go to bed. This man's still down there. It's been a time. So it's not lit up well enough down there. Good to know. I need to be careful whenever I jump back down. But yeah, we've made quite a lot of progress today. There's not been much on camera, but hopefully that'll come tomorrow. Sound good? Sounds great. So this is how bad the project is now. I'm lying in bed last night and I suddenly get hit with not an idea, but, well, an idea of a potential problem. So over there, I just used random blocks and it made it work. But what did we use? We used white glass and white quartz. Did it only look reflective because it was white on white? If I use sandstone, which is kind of yellowy, and we use the white glass, is it still going to work? So that's what I'm in creative to check. But then also, I came in and I was going to check it, and I started procrastinating, and now we have a giant dead Mau5. So, you know, he's a welcome addition to the team. Let's go test something. So I think the easiest way to test it is just to remove one of the walls in here, and replace it with the smooth sandstone, which is kind of white, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I don't think it'll be too much of a difference. I could be completely wrong. Okay, it's definitely yellow compared to the white of the quartz, but I don't think it's, hopefully, not the end of the world. Okay, how does that look? Does that still look reflective? This is the trouble with, like, forced perspective optical illusions. So I'm trying to create it to be something that I know it isn't. So my brain kind of just makes me think, oh, it's just 2 rooms up and down from each other. I still think it looks okay. I don't think it looks as good as when it's the quartz. So over here, I think that looks very glossy, very mirrored, very polished. I don't know if it's just because I'm overthinking it, but I don't know if that does. I'm going to half and half this room. Oh, that's so much work. We're going to cut back and we're going to see which one we prefer, because if it doesn't look as good as the quartz, I don't know what we do, because I'm reluctant to make our desert temple then go into nice shiny quartz, kind of like, you know, when SpongeBob turned everything chrome. Kind of just wasn't right, was it? I have a lot more SpongeBob references in this than I thought I would ever do. Anyway, I'll cut back to that, and we'll hope that it looks good. Everything is now half and half. And I've not actually gone in yet because I am genuinely too afraid that, one, if it doesn't actually look good, I then either have to completely change the aesthetic for downstairs, or I have to completely rip up all the glass I just put down because of something I could have so easily thought about. Just look at him in the background. Just look how cool he looks. Anyway, right, I'm getting off topic. I think I might just start doing that in my spare time, just to add more stuff in creative, because even though I said we're not going to be here much, we're here all the time. Anyway, let's just go in. I still think it works. I think that's fine. What other colors would work? Right, maybe clear, yellow, and let's try orange. Right, we're gonna do this just on the fly here. Okay, so I would be very surprised if clear was the right choice. No, I don't think that looks good at all. I think it is very clear that that's just below it. This might sound stupid, but I didn't realize how yellow glass was. I don't think that'll work at all. It's really, really, really yellow. No, I don't think so. I think it's too yellow, which makes me then think, I don't think orange will work either. Yeah, I don't think that would fit in. I don't think that would look nice at all. I guess white works. Another something that that's just not the right block, is it? So what did we learn? Not much. That was just unnecessary testing. I think that works. I think it works much better with the quartz, with the white on the white. But then I just don't know if that's the way I would want it to go. So something else I did just think about. If we put these here, and like that, and then like that. We can't actually mirror it because there's no way to put these blocks upside down, which limits what we can use. See, and that just looks wrong. Whereas with the quartz, if that goes down there, it'll still remain mirrored, like that. It's kind of hard to see, but pattern still stays the same. Over there it doesn't, which is kind of annoying, not gonna lie. That's something I need to think about. With the way everything is down here, and everything around it always being sand and the temple being sand, I don't think at this point we can change it. Which isn't the end of the world, it just means it makes it much harder to texture and break up the walls because we can only use that sandstone block. It's the only one that isn't textured, and it's the only one that we can actually flip and mirror. It does just mean that we need to add other textures to the wall, other blocks that aren't sandstone, and then other colors to just add some kind of pattern to the walls. Which isn't the end of the world, that just creates another challenge. But it does just mean a lot of the walls might just look kinda plain, which isn't really what I wanted. But as long as the rest of the room looks cool, you might not be paying attention to the walls. It's definitely a tough project. And I don't know if I can continue it right now because we don't have any sandstone. I have an idea how we can round off this episode. Hi. I just remembered about Jag's comment here, who suggests that we could use yellow terracotta to break up the floor in the temple. And I just so happened to find a MESA biome when I was collecting sand the other week. Also, we could just be using these terracotta blocks when you turn them into the fancy looking ones, like my floor is in the house, like the fish blocks. Because they're easy to mirror as long as you place them right, and they'll be bright and they'll look pretty cool. We could use that to create patterns in the wall. And that idea is a recycled idea from Uzi, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we've been here to collect sand. Class. So both of you, thank you very, very much for the ideas, because they could actually end up being lifesavers. It's actually really close to the house. It's only like maybe 2,000 blocks away. And it's huge. And I had no idea this was here. And it's right beside a desert? I'm being completely serious. I had no idea this desert was here. As you can see, it's still here. I've not mined it for sand. Oh, now that's really annoying because I've been going miles away to get my sand. Okay, that's huge. I'm really happy that I came to this mesa. Now, I don't know if I've ever used terracotta before, because even for the floor in my house, that was just straight ripped from a village that was nearby. I don't know if you can... Well, that was inconvenient. I don't know if you can dye this brown terracotta, or if you can only dye just terracotta. I don't know how dangerous this area is at night. Okay. Very, apparently. Good. Oh, it's terrible. Can you just leave me alone? Hi there. Welcome to my scaredy hole. I'm going to be in here till morning, because I don't want to die. This yellow terracotta, though, I tell you what, might be a good suggestion. It might be a bit too yellow, but I'm willing to try. So yes, I chickens out and I waited till morning. Sue me. I don't like dying. I have filled up on anything we could potentially need, just for now. I also grabbed some red sand. I'm gonna be completely honest, I have absolutely no idea what you do with red sand. Yeah, it also looks pretty orange to me. It's not red, but hey ho. I figured I'd get that done off camera. We're trying to wrap up here. You don't need to see me mining out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and so on and so forth of blocks. So I'll see you at home. Hi. I'm pretty sure you were over there. Did you move while I was away? Now I'm pretty sure this is what it meant. Put these around here. This yellow terracotta, it's very yellow. Now I know that's obvious, but I mean it's very, very yellow. Definitely helps break it up. I don't know if it makes it too colorful. Well, I might try. Give me 1 second. Let's bring it down here as well. So it follows on from the walkway. I might do. If that's the case. Do that. It's not very yellow. Right. Right, hold on. I can't just say it's way more yellow than I thought it would be, and then just say it's not very yellow. What I mean is it's kind of like mustard color. It's kind of like a dirty looking yellow. And I think it's kind of, I don't know what else we could use. I definitely like the way it breaks up the room. That's definitely a positive. I'm just not 100% sure if I love the color of it. I think if it was, honestly, I think if it was more yellow, that would probably be preferable. So maybe like yellow concrete? Yeah, maybe yellow concrete. How do you make the really fancy blocks? Do you smelt them? Yeah, that might be how we go. I quite like the way that that looks, but I think the brownness of it, because I would have to make a pattern of it, won't work. Oh, well, that's just a lovely thing. I think that pattern there 100% works. I just don't know if this is the block to do it with. If you have any kind of suggestions on anything that I can do, stick them in the comments. I can read and reply to anything that you guys say. So if you want to ask something, ask away. If you have something to suggest, stick it in. Hi. This game's great. I hear phantoms. I'm gonna go sleep. Have a day off, will you, lad? Oh yeah, we have a beacon now. Don't know how that completely slipped my mind. I know today's episode has been kind of all over the place as per. So a staple of my outro is me just saying today's episode's been all over the place, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. But saying that, today's episode's been kind of all over the place, and I hope you enjoyed it anyway. A lot has been done off camera just because it's not exciting to watch on camera, but at the same time it also needs to get done. If that means I have to sacrifice a little bit of content for the episode, but it means next episode we can now do something crazy, I hope that's worth it. Like I said last episode or a couple episodes ago, you have been smashing the likes, the comments, the interaction, the views, everything. Obviously today's episode started saying how crazy things have been. Everything's been class, so just thank you and keep it up if you are enjoying the content. If you did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like. It helps get my videos out there. It helps get one of my videos into the recommended section. Hopefully that'll do mad things for the channel. If you are new here and this is your first episode and you have enjoyed what you see, feel free to subscribe, turn the bell on, get the notifications every 3 days. Hopefully we'll keep that up. Having said that, and with that being said, I hope you stay out of trouble. I hope you don't do anything I wouldn't do. I hope I can fly off this pyramid. I will see yous. Laters.